So one of my favourite videos to watch on YouTube is Storytimes, and despite me only being 21 years old, I have a lot of stories to tell. So for now, I'm going to be starting a new series where every Thursday I'll be uploading a story time. I might miss the old upload, but I'm going to try and stick to it. So this story time is going to be split into quite a few different parts, and it is going to be the story of heartbreak. I don't know exactly what the title will be. I'll think of something quite clever if I can, but we'll see, we'll see. Today is going to be the backstory, just so you can get a bit of a gist of the whole situation. And before this video starts, I am going to be changing everybody's name. Like, I'm not going to use anybody's real names. I'm not going to be going into too much detail because I don't want to. I'm going to be telling you what went wrong with my ex and how I got to this point, and I'm the happiest that I've been in my whole life. So throughout this series, I'm going to be telling you how I have grown and changed as a person, and if you're going through heartbreak or something bad has happened to you, maybe this will give you a little bit of hope in that things do get better. Like, I am living proof that things get better. So that was probably the longest intro ever, but I'm gonna get started. So we are gonna call this ex Thomas, and his name isn't Thomas. If your name's Thomas, then I'm sorry, you're probably a lovely person. This person was not. I first met Thomas at secondary school. He was in the year above me. So I was in year 7, which is the first year of secondary school in the UK, and he was in year 8. Everybody fancied Thomas. Looking back, I don't know why. Like, he wasn't anything special. He was just your typical teenage boy, but everybody fancied him. I had 2 best friends and they both dated him at separate occasions, and I never got a look in. He was not interested in me, and I think the main reason for that is because I was such an anxious mess at school that I didn't really speak to many people at all. And the way I am now is so far away from the person I used to be. Like, I was not the same person. So it wasn't actually until I left secondary school that me and him really spoke. So I was 17 and I hadn't seen him for a good 2-3 years, and he messaged me on Facebook. And I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of, "It's been a while, how are you doing, what are you up to, I miss you, would be nice if we could meet up." So after talking for quite a few weeks, we agreed to meet up, and not long after that we became an item. And things moved very, very quickly. And by quickly, I mean after 4 months of being together, I moved in with him. And looking back, that was too soon, but at the time it felt like the right thing to do, and I've got no regrets. Like, everything that I've done has made me the person I am today, and I kind of like who I am now, so no regrets. But yeah, we moved in with each other very, very quickly. We lived with his mum. It was a very, very small bedroom that we were sleeping in. And for the first few weeks, he'd be on his single bed and I was on an airbed on the floor until we didn't even get a double bed because the room was so small. It was like a double bed but smaller, like a single bed and half another single bed. 3/4 bed, is that what you call it? I don't know. It was one of them. But the room was absolutely tiny, but it was fine. I was happy. I was with this guy and I was like, this is life, love it. But one thing that I wasn't a fan of is the fact he was a gamer. And when I say gamer, like, I don't mind people that play games. Like, my mum's a gamer, my sisters are gamers. But he would play on his computer game for about 6 or 7 hours all day, every day. Like, the minute he'd come in from work, he'd come up, see me, and then he'd be on his game. He'd eat his tea sitting there at his computer. And he wouldn't come to bed till like 1-2 o'clock in the morning. And weekends, we'd maybe go out for an hour or 2, and then the rest of the time he'd be on that computer. And I constantly felt like I was fighting for his attention. I felt like it was a competition between me and the computer, and He spent more time on that computer than he did with me, and I felt like I wasn't good enough. I would spend all day, every day, upstairs in the bedroom on my own, just thinking, why am I not enough for this guy? Why is he choosing the computer over me time and time again? And I never actually told him how I felt, because I wanted him to realise that I was feeling that way. But he didn't. He never noticed that I was falling apart and feeling not good enough. And to be honest, I should have left him there and then. If you're in a relationship with someone and they don't put you first, you should not be with them. You should be with someone who makes you feel like the princess you are. He didn't do that, but I stuck around. And that is where I'm going to leave this story. I know that was really short, but that was just the backstory, just so you can get a bit of an understanding of what the situation was and things like that. So next Thursday I will be uploading part 2 of this story time, and that is where things start to go downhill. So make sure you are back Thursday next week, and I will see you next time.